Okay guys, this brand new channel made over $6,000 in the last 30 days simply by creating AI-generated history videos about the everyday things we take for granted. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I replicated the entire workflow step by step so you can do the same. The channel is called Weird Word Bound, and what makes it interesting is that it started only 2 months ago, but in the last 30 days alone, it pulled in over 1 million views, which is really impressive. And if we go to their videos, as you can see, this video about the history of air conditioning has gotten over 240,000 views. Then there's this one, about the history of the bra, sitting at over 150,000. And the same formula works again and again, even on the most boring topics. Now, if you think this is just one channel that got lucky, just let me show you something interesting. There's another channel called Crumb Lore. This one started only a month ago. With just 11 videos and 12,000 subscribers, it already made over $2,500 in 30 days. That's faster than most people's actual jobs even pay out, isn't it? What's interesting is that it's basically the same concept as the first channel, just flipped. Instead of exploring the history of everyday inventions and modern conveniences, this one dives into the history of everyday foods like sugar, bread, coffee, and other types of food. And that simple twist is exactly what helped their most popular video reach over 200,000 views in just a single month. So, in this video, I'm gonna expose their whole strategy from start to finish. And to prove I'm not talking out of thin air, here's a quick clip I created using the exact strategy I'm about to show you.
Somewhere in your house right now, there is an object so ordinary you barely notice it. It's in your kitchen drawer, it's on your desk, it's in your wallet. You touch it almost every day, and yet you've probably never once stopped to ask where it came from, or how much blood, secrecy, and ambition it took to reach your hands. Paper. It sounds too simple to have a dramatic history, but this thin, fragile material didn't just record history. It caused it. Wars were fought to protect its secret. Empires rose because they controlled it. Revolutions happened because ordinary people finally got access to it. And for nearly 700 years, one civilization guarded the method of making it so fiercely that revealing the secret could cost you your life. This is the story of how a handful of tree bark, old rags, and fishing nets, mixed with water and mashed into pulp, became the single most important information technology before the internet.
And to make this whole process even easier for you, I put together a completely free Google Doc with every single prompt and template you're gonna need. It's linked right below, in the description. Alright, so, step 1. Finding a viral video idea. Just head over to that free Google Doc I mentioned earlier. Inside, you'll find a prompt called Ideation and Scripting. Copy that entire prompt and paste it straight into Claude. And of course, the free version works perfectly fine for this. Once you've pasted the prompt in, just type something simple, like here's your task, and hit enter. That's it. Claude will immediately start generating around 10 different video ideas for you. And these aren't just random ideas either. They're structured based on a proven template that's already working. Now, take your time here, go through all 10, and pick the one that excites you the most. For this tutorial, I'm going with this idea right here, the history of paper, the invention China kept secret for 700 years. And now, here's where it gets really good. Claude will then ask you to paste in the title, so it can generate the full script for you. So I'll simply paste in the title I chose and hit generate. Now just sit back and watch. Claude will generate a complete, ready-to-use video script. Alright, so now we've got our script locked in, we can move to video prompt generation. For this, go back to the Google Doc, and this time, find the prompt called AI Video Prompt Generator. Copy the whole thing, and paste it back into Claude. After that, Claude is going to ask you to paste in your documentary script. At this point, you can paste in the whole script, but since this is a demo, I'm just going to copy a small section, so you can see exactly how it works. Now I'll paste it in, and hit generate. Watch what happens next. Claude is going to go through your script, sentence by sentence, and create a detailed video prompt for each one. Every single prompt is matched to the exact meaning of that line, and we also get the video duration for each scene, which we're going to need later on in this process. Once that's done, we can move to the fun part, AI video creation. Now, head over to Higgsfield.ai. Click on the first result. Sign in if you haven't already. Then click on Video. Select the new model Gemini Omni Flash. Now go back to Claude and copy your first scene prompt. Paste it into the prompt box on Higgsfield. Before you hit generate, let's just double check the settings. Make sure the model is set to Gemini Omni Flash. For the duration, go back to Claude and look for duration. For this scene, it says 4 seconds. So, go back to Higgsfield and set the duration to 4 seconds. For the aspect ratio, choose 16:9. That's the standard widescreen format for YouTube. YouTube. Now, hit generate. And within a few moments, Higgsfield is going to create your first video scene. Let's see what we got. Look at that. The visuals and the whole environment feel real and professional. So that's the whole process. Go back to Claude, copy the next scene prompt, check the duration, set it in Higgsfield, and hit generate. Repeat that for every scene in your script. For this demo, I only generated 24 scenes, but you'll keep going until your entire script is covered. And once every scene is done, there's just one piece left that ties the whole video together, and that's the voiceover. Now, this step is way easier than you think. Head back to Claude, go back to the script we generated earlier, and copy it. For this demo, I'll just copy a small section so you can see how it works. Then head over to whatever text-to-speech tool you prefer. I'm using ElevenLabs because it has the most realistic voices out there right now, but you can use any AI voice generator you like. Once you're in, choose a voice that fits your documentary style, then paste in your script. If it's too long, split it in half and generate the first section. Once you're happy with how it sounds, download the audio, then repeat the process for the second half. Alright, now we've got everything we need. We can move to editing. Alright, open up your favorite video editing software and import all of your files into a new project. Start by dragging your voiceover onto the timeline. Give it a quick listen, and if there are any awkward pauses or dead silence between lines, just trim those out. Next, start dragging in your video scenes, one by one. And here's the real key to making this look professional. Listen to the voiceover as you place each clip, and sync it up so the visuals match exactly what the narrator is saying in that moment. Take your time with this part. It's the difference between a video that looks thrown together and one that looks like it was actually made with care. Once everything's lined up, you can add captions if you want. They're optional, but they do help increase overall retention. Now, for the finishing touch, find some cinematic, copyright-free music and drag it below your clips on the timeline. Lower the volume so it sits quietly in the background, then trim it to match the length of your video. Now, let's move to the most important part, the thumbnail. But first, let's watch the final video together.
Somewhere in your house right now, there is an object so ordinary you barely notice it. It's in your kitchen drawer. It's on your desk. It's in your wallet. You touch it almost every day. And yet, you've probably never once stopped to ask where it came from, or how much blood, secrecy, and ambition it took to reach your hands. Paper. It sounds too simple to have a dramatic history, but this thin, fragile material didn't just record history. It caused it. Wars were fought to protect its secret. Empires rose because they controlled it. Revolutions happened because ordinary people finally got access to it. And for nearly 700 years, one civilization guarded the method of making it so fiercely that revealing the secret could cost you your life. This is the story of how a handful of tree bark, old rags, and fishing nets, mixed with water and mashed into pulp, became the single most important information technology before the internet. And it starts not with a grand invention, but with a problem that had frustrated humanity for thousands of years. How do you make words last? Long before paper existed, people were desperate to write things down. In Mesopotamia, scribes pressed wedge-shaped symbols into wet clay tablets, which worked, but clay was heavy, bulky, and impossible to transport in large quantities. Try carrying a library of clay tablets across a desert. Of course, it's not happening. In ancient Egypt, someone had a better idea. Along the banks of the Nile grew a tall reed called papyrus. Egyptians learned to slice the stalks into thin strips, lay them in crossing layers, press them together, and let the plant's natural sugars glue everything into a single sheet. It worked beautifully in Egypt's dry climate. In fact, some papyrus scrolls have survived over 4,000 years.
Now, for the thumbnail, I already prepared a master prompt for you in the Google Doc. All you have to do is copy the whole prompt and paste it back into Claude. Claude will then give you 5 different thumbnail prompt variations to choose from. Just pick your favorite, head over to any image generator, paste the prompt in, and hit generate. And as you can see, the thumbnail turned out really clean. You can also go back, try the other prompt variations, and see which one would actually grab someone's attention the most while they're scrolling. And that's it. I'll leave every single prompt and link I used in this video down in the description and inside my school community. It's completely free to join right now, so there's really no reason not to grab it. And if you want to learn how to create stick animation videos next, check out this video right here. See you there.